All right, call halal Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shah Wakabah Wahadar. Um, all praise and honor and glory be to Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shah Ba Hashem Rakha Akwadash Shalom Wa Barakim Ha'aman Bakiyar. All peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, of Yasha Allah. And I'm your brother Shariyad coming back. The Water Abba for giving me the Rakat Akwadash to be able to come back with a lesson on hopefully something that could be edification, ammunition, reproof, exhortation, defending or preaching the gospel or prophecy. All right. And before I get going, this lesson is only out to you so-called Native American Indians, so-called Seminole Indians, so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos or Hispanics. I say both because I know you're back and forth on the two. This is only for you to declare for yourself to be if this is what your dad is, so-called. If this is what he is, this is what you would be, because it tells us that according to truth and fact that a man declares the pedigree of a person, what a person is. You know that according to Numbers 1 and 2, Numbers 1 and 18, and amongst many other scriptures. All right. Now, if you are actually, if you can declare this for yourself to be, not another whammy for you. You're actually not this. These ethnicities, these are not actually ethnicities as well. They're actually bywords from the curses of the curses that will put upon the Israelites, and that's who these people actually go back to. These people of these so-called ethnicities, they are actually the biblical Israelites. So without any further ado, I'm gonna call this lesson "Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire." All right, I'm gonna just hit play.
I feel honored to be in these situations that I can use my voice and do the things I do. You know, it's an extension of my family. It's like the things that I do. I tell my family all the time. I tell my grandmother, my mom. You know, they're proud. They're super proud and strong women, and they won't ask me for anything. And I say, man, you know, there are times where I don't want to get my picture taken, and I want to eat, and you know, paparazzi like take photos in your face and screaming at you and like taking pictures, and you can't take your kid to the park. And I'm like, those are the sort of things that give the reason why I'm okay with it, and why I can cope and live with these things without, you know, much as a complaint. It's the things that it allows me to 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 do, the spaces that it affords me, the rooms I'm allowed to go in as myself. I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not cowering. I'm not speaking soft. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms, and so yes.
All right. So you got Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? So-called rapper Jay-Z. We just gonna go ahead and get the script started, man. Liar, pants on fire. All right. So he said I could start from the last thing he said, or I could start from the beginning. Let's go start from the beginning. Proverbs 6 and 16. And it says, these 6 things do the Lord, who's Yahweh, these 6 things though the Yahweh hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a proud look, a proud look. All right. And that's the first thing he said is his mom's, his family, whatever, they're proud and all of that. It says the Most High hate that, man. A lying tongue, right? What this guy's doing when we're going to get into how. And hands that shed innocent blood. He's not Esau. He's not doing that. But these guys are actually into, the left-hand side of what the Most High are allowed to allows to go down and down here on earth. And that's, what to be the secret societies and, so-called Illuminati and where they sacrifice and they do a bunch of, just wicked acts. It says, at heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, which this guy's on, and feet that be swift to run into mischief, which this guy's in on, because they're puppets. They do what, their handlers tell them, which they get from orders that are passed down from Esau. It says, a false witness that speaketh lies, right? And he that soweth discord among brethren. And that's really what this guy's actually doing. Now, and I can actually get this. Verse 20, my son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. All right. Now, he's an actual Israelite, and their commandment, his father's commandment, will actually be, these scriptures, and the law of his mother will actually be these scriptures as well. Because he's an Israelite, he's a descendant of Israel, right? And Esau knows this now, and a lot of these rappers know it too. Drew had, which is actually going into how he's a liar, pants on fire, because he knows he's an Israelite, but he's saying in the video that he's a voice for us, and he's completely himself. He goes into rooms and he's himself, and that just couldn't be any further from the truth, just simply because that's complete hypocrisy if he's an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You're not keeping the commandment of your father. His father probably didn't teach him that, but that's his commandment, right? Because he's an Israelite. When we're going to get into, there's one more scripture I want to get. Let me think. Let me rewind something he said real quick. This ain't gonna be that long at all.
I feel honored to be in these situations that I could use my voice and do the things I do.
And Jacob, which we're gonna get, Jacob is actually a supplanter. You know what I'm saying? He's a heel holder. And that's what you see a lot from this guy, Jay-Z. That's his whole MO as as being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? His MO is, his ideology is that, you know what I'm saying, my president is black, my Lambo's blue, whatever. His whole concept, his whole gimmick as for his act as being a rapper is to supplant. He's a hustler. Can't knock the hustle. I'm a hustler. I'm not a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? One up the white man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he that's how you know he's Jake. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you actually go into this, it's the account. It was already set up for Jacob to get the blessing, but it was able to be manifested through the traits that the Most High he gave each nation to represent, which in fact were Esau being a nation, and one completely different nation, and Jacob being a completely different nation. You know, that comes with you being different nations. You have different spirits. You have different tendencies, different traits, different ways of life, different mindsets. You know what I'm saying? Different abilities. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, physically. And Genesis 27, and I'm gonna start at 34. And it says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me even also, O my father. And he said, this was Isaac, he said, thy brother came in with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. You know what I'm saying? Jacob hustler. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. It's just so funny. It's so spiritual because Jay-Z knows he's an Israelite, but he don't have the understanding. So it'll be, you know what I'm saying, it'll be improper to say that he knows to that extent. It says Romans 10:2, for I bear them wicked, Salakia. And this is about Israel, so I'll start at 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God, or to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, for Israel is Israelites, that they might be saved. Verse 2, this is the point. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, but not according to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Jacob naturally does the things of God, and he doesn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? He proves God to be true just by his actions. So Jay-Z's whole gimmick is of his concept of his thing, his like I said, his combo, his gimmick as who he is as Jay-Z the rapper is to supplant, is to hustle, is to as it says, subtlety. You know what I'm saying? Let me get it in this real quick. Salakia. So I just want to get this, and I'm gonna get one more scripture to just simply show how he's a liar, pants on fire. But just for edification's sake, I'm just going into this really quick. Okay, here we go. And it says, and he said, thy brother came in with subtlety, right? And subtlety is deceit, treachery. You know what I'm saying? False, feign, guile, subtlety, treachery, fraud, deceiving. That's actually the trait of Esau, but, you know, that's just what the act turned out to be with how the blessing was able to be manifested that was already set up for Jacob. And it tell you that it was already set up for Jacob in Romans, the 9th chapter, because Esau represented the wicked. Jacob represented the good. That's why he was called Tham, which is the Hebrew word for plain, right? Now, here we go. And he said, verse 36, and he said, it is not he rightly named Jacob, for he had supplanted me. These 2 times he took away my birthright, and now behold, he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? So that's supplanted. It says to supplant, take by the heel. That's Jay-Z's whole, like I said, gimmick. The pulling down of his whole concept of how he hooks you. He plays on the story of so-called the little black people, you know, and we're all the same people, so-called Negroes, so-called Native American Indians, and so-called Latinos. You know, you all probably relate to Jay-Z. Some of you probably like him as a rapper in the world if you're in the truth, because you should be in the truth by now if you're watching this video, Lord willing. He plays on that whole storyline of us coming up, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it says right here, IQAB. IQAB, that's the word for supplant, IQAB. And Jacob is actually Yaiquab, because Yah is he, and you put that on Iquab, you got Yaiquab. He supplants. So it says Iquab means for supplant. The Hebrew word for supplant, the Hebrew word for supplant, Iquab, it means to supplant, circumvent, take by hill, follow a hill, assail insidiously, overreach, supplant, overreach, attack at the hill, to hold back, to swell out or up. Take by the hill, stay, supplant utterly, and that's what he represents. Watch the throne. You know what I'm saying? His whole concept is about supplanting, man. So as he said, rightfully 36 again. It says, and he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. You know what I'm saying? So now let's go into prove how this guy a liar, because I don't want to take no more time on this dude, man. Let's prove how he a liar, man. Liar, pants on fire, right? Watch this. Sirach 17. I'm going to start at 1. And it reads, the Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days and a short time, and power also over the things therein. He endued them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image. Now, really quick, if we go back to Salakia, if we go back to this video, you so-called Negroes is 100% made in the image You know what I'm saying? And not just physically, just in your abilities and your mindset. You're not like Esau. You're not like these heathens. You're the image you represent, and you so-called Native American Indians, Seminole Indians, so-called Latino people. You're in the image of the Most High, Yahweh, the Father, the Heavenly Father. But literally, you so-called Negroes, because he gave you, if when the Most High manifests himself as a man, he looks like a so-called black man.
I feel honored to be in these situations that I could use my voice and
As the scriptures say, tell you in Daniel, the 7th chapter, the Ancient of Days said, he said, who hair is like the pure wool. You know what I'm saying? And then it tell you how the Messiah looked. He's a so-called black man. He's from the actual tribe of Judah, which is the top tribe, the head chief tribe of all 12 tribes of Israel, right? Which is the so-called Negroes, the American Negroes, man.
do the things I do.
And Judah is all scattered out through all the earth, but we just know that the American Negroes manifested the prophecies that was said and the traits that was said about that was going to befall and manifest out of Judah when when Jacob himself blessed his 12 sons.
You know, it's an extension of my family. It's like the things that I do. I tell my family all the time. I tell my grandmother, my mom, you know, they're proud. They're super proud and strong women, and they won't ask me for anything. And I say, man, you know, there are times where I don't want to get my picture taken, and I want to eat, and you know, paparazzi like take photos in your face and screaming at you and like taking pictures, and you can't take your kid to the park. And I'm like, those are the sort of things that.
That's one way he's a liar, because the scriptures, Yahweh told us that he said, you shall know a tree by its works, right? You should know a tree by its fruits. So if you didn't like having your picture taken, why the hell would you be a celebrity? Guy's a goddamn liar, man. Liar, liar, pants on fire. But let's get the scripture for it real quick. It's in the book of Matthew. Book of Matthew. He said, you shall know it. Salakia. He said, let's see. Esau, he's funny. Now he trying to act like the scripture I'm referring to is not in here. All right, get this and let's see, it's funny. It says Matthew 7:16 is what I was gonna go to. And it reads, "Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?" You know what I'm saying? So there you go. So it's not verse 19, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. That's why this would be liar, liar, pants on fire, because that's ultimately what this guy gonna manifest, because he's not bringing forth good fruit. It says verse 20, "Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them." So he just sat up here and he's supplanting you once again. He's supplanting us again. He's sitting up here saying all this good stuff. How you don't? I'm so meek. I'm so humble. But this guy all on the camera now. You know what I'm saying? With his suit on. This guy's a damn liar, man. He's 100% Jake. This is Jake at his finest. Jay-Z.
The reason why I'm okay with it and why I can cope and live with these things without, you know, much as a complaint is the things that it allows me to do, the spaces that it affords me, the rooms I'm allowed to. go in as myself. I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not.
See, he's stuttering. He don't even, he know he's not. You got a suit on, like, you got woolly hair to play on your people once again, but yet you have a suit on, like Esau. I mean, you're not making no sense, dude. What's going on? Them not our customs, man. So-called Negro man, Latino man, and so-called Native American man, we ain't wearing suits, man.
I'm not speaking soft. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms.
Okay.
And so, yes.
Yeah, he got people joining together with him on that crap. You know what I'm saying? Clapping their hands. Man, these people finished, man. They don't know what's going on. Anyway, verse 4, it says, and put the image, Sirach, known as the book Ecclesiasticus as well, in the Apocrypha. It says, Sirach 17:4, and put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls. They received the use of the five operations of the Lord, and in the sixth place he imparted them understanding in the seventh speech and interpreter of cognitions thereof, counsel and a tongue and eyes and ears and an heart gave he them to understand. Withal he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and shewed them good and evil. And that's that chosen lineage the Most High always done worked with, because this is not talking about everybody. When you actually get down to the context of it, watch this. He set his eyes upon their hearts, being their lob, their mind. That he might shew them the greatness of his works. Did he do that to everybody? No. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever. Who did he do that to? That's the Israelites. Tell you that. And Isaiah, I think the 43rd chapter. Isaiah the 43rd chapter in verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant, whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. So there you go, man. He showed that only to the Israelites, man. Because it tell you in verse 1, right, of this chapter, but now thus saith Yahweh that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine. There you go, man. So anyway, and it says, he gave them, verse 9, Sirach 17:9, he gave them to glory in his marvelous acts. And what I just read was Isaiah 43:10 and verse 1 as well, if I didn't say. Sirach 17:9, he gave them, being Israel, to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. How could you declare them if you've never, you don't have no history with the Most High as a people? And if you declare them, it will be with no understanding. That's why we will be able to declare them with understanding, because we actually dealt with the Most High. That's why we're the only people that go out and teach the Bible and make videos and lessons and telling you people. You're gonna see it manifest, man, because we're the people, we're the Israelites, man. And the elect shall praise his holy name. So the elect of the elect, right? The elect being Israel, but there's an elect of the Israelites, right? He says the elect shall praise his holy name. Everybody ain't got the name, being Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. The names, Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shah. Besides, verse 11, besides this, he gave them knowledge. He gave them knowledge. See, he's been talking about Israel the whole time, the Israelites. And the law of life for an heritage. You see? He made an everlasting covenant with them and shewed them his judgments. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice. And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness. He gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil, neither could they make themselves fleshy hearts for stony. For in the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people but Israel is the Lord's portion, whom being his firstborn, he nourished with discipline, and giving him light, and giving him the light of his love, doth not forsake him. So there you go, man. Therefore, all their works are as the sun before him. Everything we do shines bright before the Most High. So when you go off, it's lit up before the Most High. He got to put that out, man. That's why he get on us so quick. And his eyes are continually upon their ways. This guy's lying because he gave us the law as our heritage. And he sat here and said this.
I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those.
Yeah, see?
Exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak for us. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself. I'm not cowering. I'm not speaking. Every room is myself. I don't walk in any room. This affords me the rooms I'm allowed to go in as myself. I walk in every room as myself. I don't walk in any room as anyone else. I'm not cowering. I'm not speaking soft. My voice doesn't change. It sounds exactly the same way. I'm walking as myself and proud, and I speak.
You are Israelite. Your way of life, your heritage, you've been discontinued from. And if you're not doing that, how are you being yourself? You see that? So the Most High watching you right now, man. And you don't even know it. It says, Jeremiah 17:4, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. See? Thou saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, whose heart departed from the Yahweh. So there you go, man. This man is bugged out, man. He's sitting here lying to our people and continuously don't stop lying. I got to pull this up on the video because I know I just read it, but y'all got to, this has to be seen, man. This is in here. Everything is lining completely up, man. And then he's a Judite because he's so-called Negro. The sin of Judah is written with Jeremiah 17:1. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond, and is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altar. You know what I'm saying? Jumping to the point, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, Judah, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. So how are you yourself, man? The Lord said you're going to discontinue. And you don't look like you done came into the truth that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. But you walking in the rooms being yourself. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. That just meant a certain period of time, a long time. It says, verse 5. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusted in man. So if you cursed, if you listening to this man, you trusting in this man, and make it flesh his arm, whose heart, and that's what he's doing. He's trusting in man, and make his flesh his arm. He leaning upon the flesh. It says, in whose heart departed from Yahweh. You're cursed, man. Your mind is not on Yahweh. You cursed, man, automatically. As soon as your mind leaves the Most High, man. It says, verse 6. For he shall be like the heat in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh. Your discernment is off, dude. Your perception is off, right? You walk across the camp, you a millionaire, billionaire, right? You can't even discern that's good right there. That's your heritage. But shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness in a salt land and not inhabit it. That's when Jacob's trouble start. You know what I'm saying? So that's that, man. Verse 9. It says, the heart being the lob, the mind, the Hebrew word lob, which is mind. So the heart means your mind. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? That man don't know what he's talking about. Verse 10, I, Yahweh, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. So there you go, man. Now, I want to get this last scripture, and I'm going to close out. Lord willing, I can get it. Yeah, man, that's Jacob supplanting. He done supplanted himself because the mind is desperately wicked already, and then you IQAB. You know what I'm saying? It's a rap, man. So you want to be careful with that. I could just get Jeremiah the 23rd chapter about the false prophets, but it's a specific. That's really talking about the pastors. You know what I'm saying? These niggas in these churches. There you go. Last scripture. Isaiah 9:16. It says, for the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So don't follow this man. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err. Right? These are leaders, and they that are led of them are destroyed, man. Right? So with that, I hope it's been edifying.
I speak for us, and that
Shalom.
that gives me a joy. I'm honored to be in those rooms, and so yes.